Hey guys, welcome to another episode of StuTube. It's February the 3rd, and Ethereum and Bitcoin are just on an absolute tear the last couple days. Of course, in my last video, this move was basically laid out to you guys on a silver platter, so if you guys appreciate this content, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe, leave a comment down below if you were able to cash in some sick gains from that prediction. And with that, let's dive right into it. Let's get it. All right, so just going to start with the weekly chart on Ethereum, guys. As I mentioned last video, hopefully you guys were tuning in because called this breakout absolutely beautifully, and it was so easy to predict in my opinion. That's just basic back testing, looking at the previous history on other coins, other trading pairs, and noticing patterns, playing your odds. Just absolutely beautiful. And what I'm talking about, guys, is how similar this pattern was here. If I just zoom out a little bit on Bitcoin. I mean, and then we go over to Ethereum. I mean, it's the exact same pattern. Ethereum's just about a month behind. And I was pointing out to you guys for weeks now that Ethereum isn't struggling so much with all-time highs. It's not getting rejected. It's just taking its time, just like Bitcoin did at all-time highs. It's basically a perfect pattern, and all you'd have to do is look at another trade pair. Just look back to Bitcoin at the start of December, I believe it was, and you could just play this pattern very easily. Obviously, using leverage at this point is just risky. I can't tell you where to get into a new trade or anything. I'm in a beautiful trade, so I'm very relaxed with this right now, because if we're going to repeat what Bitcoin did, I mean, just look at that upside, you guys. Absolutely beautiful from the bottom of that candle body to where it topped out was about 120%. And I know I was pointing this out in my last video that if we have a very similar pump, I mean, let's just go from the bottom, oh, sorry, just the bottom of this candle body to 120%. I mean, we're looking at price targets close to $3,000, guys. And something I forgot to mention in my last video, as insanely bullish as that sounds and as insanely bullish as I was last video, to get even crazier here, just want to point out something is with Bitcoin, if we go to the size of this trade range, I mean, from the bottom of this red candle here to, let's just go to where this top range, or the top of the range there. I mean, that was about a 23% range, right? Let's look at it on Ethereum, and as always, Ethereum always seems to have bigger percents, right, guys? So the bottom of that candle to the top of this trade range was 63%. So what we have here is this trade range, even though it's the exact same pattern playing out, is 3 times the size, you guys. So, I mean, is it possible that we're going to have 3 times the gains on the upside? I think it's absolutely a possibility. I'm not saying it's a probability, but Ethereum tends to move bigger percents than Bitcoin, right? So let's go to from the bottom of this candle body. Let's go up to, what would that be, 350, let's say, somewhere in there. We're looking at price targets more like the 5 or 6,000 US dollars, guys. This could be an absolutely explosive move for Ethereum. And that in turn, I assume the altcoin space is going to go absolutely fucking ballistic, in my opinion. Of course, none of this is financial advice, and please always do your own research, form your own opinions. I'm just showing you how I'm playing this market. The things I'm looking at, the similarities, keeping a very level head about it. Yes, I'm excited, but who wouldn't be in these kinds of conditions? As a trader, this is just so predictable and so absolutely fun. The position I'm in now, I obviously can't lose. I've locked in profits, and I'm looking to make a whole bunch more if this is going to play out. I would absolutely love to be able to keep this position in open for about a month, because I mean, look at this. Yes, those wicks are terrible, are terrifying, and so many people, if you guys have been subscribed here for a while, I was always pointing out that yes, people are panicking over these sell-offs. All they were was a wick on the weekly candle, which is totally expected, and it's going to be the same. Ethereum's going to go absolutely nuts. We're going to wick halfway back down into the candle, most likely. Everyone's going to be saying how, oh, we're so bearish, Ethereum's struggling, blah, blah, blah. But everyone's just so impatient, and everyone just loves to zoom in way too close. Give it time, give it room to breathe. Look what Bitcoin did. Yes, some of these, let's just say where this opened from. I mean, yeah, that wick is 7%. I'm guessing chances are it kind of dropped from somewhere even higher, I'm sure there was probably some of these moves were like, well, let's go with this wick, for example. This was probably like 20%. Yeah, 15% to the downside just on a wick, you guys. And I remember very clearly, lots of you do, and some of you were probably calling the top as well. That's just a wick, you guys. Zoom out, look left, do a little back testing. This is all very, I mean, I wouldn't say it's healthy price action, but I'd say it's very predictable price action, as silly as that sounds, because so many people are having a hard time trading this range. Um, I don't know. I just loving it because on the macro side of things, this trend just looks so comparable to the last cycle. It just feels like 2017 all over again, which is insane for me to say, you guys, because I wasn't even trading the space of 2017. I just remember hearing about crypto and I was following along. I bought the absolute top. I got wrecked. Whatever. You learn from your mistakes. Crushing it now. But all the emotions are there, and I'm seeing the same patterns playing out and everything. And I don't think we're even close to a market top here yet, you guys. It just feels like right now, some of you will even know that I've been playing in the DeFi space a little bit and playing with altcoins more, which I haven't been doing for, well, since I started this channel, basically. I was mostly only trading Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm diving into all sorts of coins now, you guys. It feels like I could throw a blindfold on and hit the buy button and you're going to make money. It's absolutely insane. Obviously, don't do that. Do your research. Once again, this is not financial advice. I better make sure that disclaimer's in there. But it just feels so predictable to me right now. And yes, eventually the top is going to come, and yes, people are going to get absolutely devastated, just crushed. And you know what, guys? I might be one of them, honestly. Like, who knows if I'm going to be able to call the reversal of this trend, because eventually we're going to have a bear market. It'll probably drop 70 or 80%, just like it's typical Bitcoin style. There'll be some sort of FUD coming out explaining it. It'll just be technicals in the end. But yeah, that's just all something to consider, you guys. Um, I just yeah, this pattern is just playing out beautifully, and I think Ethereum has so much room to grow. So I'm just excited, you guys. I'm gonna hop over to Bitcoin to the 4-hour chart because I was pointing out this also. I had this purple trend line mapped out, and I had mentioned in a video also that since we never got a third touch point below it before this breakout, I was kind of expecting this. Yes, I believe I lost a trade in here, and whatever that happens, that's a part of trading. You get wrecked sometimes. But that's exactly what my problem was, guys, is I didn't wait for a third touch point before the breakout, right? And yes, it absolutely caught me. But I did mention in a previous video that if we got back above it, especially now after respecting it again, getting touch points again, and then, yeah, totally got back above it and we're pumping to the upside again. The only thing is we kind of have the same situation with this white trend line, which is a bigger triangle that I'm watching. We do only have our 2 touch points, so is it possible that Bitcoin hits this right now, gets a bit of a rejection, even comes all the way back down here, and oh, if that happens, just wait for the titles in the videos, guys. It'll be the bear market situation all over again. But in reality, it's just getting a third touch point of this triangle, in my opinion, and breaking out from there would be absolutely great. Is that going to happen? I don't know. Things are getting so irrational and emotional, and with Ethereum in blue sky breakout, in price discovery now, and if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I mean, if you've been subscribed to this channel for a while, I've talked about price discovery, and every asset seems to do it. When Bitcoin broke all-time highs, every cycle it goes absolutely ballistic as soon as it breaks all-time highs with confidence and confirmations, right? Of course, you get the little minor fake outs, but once you get a clean break, they absolutely go nuts for quite a while. Tesla is another one. Everybody knows how explosive Tesla has been. Look at any altcoin. I mean, as soon as things have been consolidating for a while and break it to new all-time highs, I mean, that's exactly it. It's price discovery, you guys. You don't really know where it's going, but chances are it's not going to hit too much resistance because there is none in the charts anywhere behind us, right? So this is all new territory. I wouldn't say this is super strong resistance because it's only been kind of flirted with once, right? So this absolutely just looks like a bull flag to me. Which if that happens, let's just take a measured move. Something like that. This is total hypothetical here. Where would that breakout point go to? 54, 55,000. Absolutely a possibility if I zoom into sorry, 4 hour here. I would be more interested in taking a measured move of this white triangle here. It just looks very similar to that massive weekly 3-year triangle that I was referring to for the first several months on this channel. So if we take this measured move of this, sorry, even if we use this purple line as the breakout spot, our target would be somewhere closer to $49,000, $50,000 if that's the triangle playing out. If it's actually going to play out from this white trend line, I guess we'll have to see, but that would bring us a little higher, 52,000 somewhere in there. Either way, we're eyeing up that $50,000 range if we really start getting some more FOMO and breaking out of some of these patterns, right? Just going to zoom right into Bitcoin, jump over to my 15-minute chart. This is going to look a little chaotic, guys, but I'll explain everything. First of all, yeah, when we got back above my purple trend line, I mean, look at that. That's a perfect resist to support flip also. Absolutely beautiful to see. Now I'm just kind of watching these green support trend lines. It's all theoretical. It's just for fun. I'm just kind of looking at points where I might want to consider taking profits if things are closed below, stuff like that. But right now, yeah, it's just more for my own amusement and just to keep an eye on certain things where the market's heading. You can see we're obviously flirting with that white triangle that I was talking about. Chances are we're touching it perfectly right now, but just on a bigger time frame, it's obviously harder to line up perfectly. But these orange lines, all I'm really watching for these, not super significant. Just because I haven't even looked back in the price history. Yeah, I guess they are definitely respected in a lot of ways here. But what I am more so watching them for is just that we had resistance here and we got a perfect support flip. And we formed this very micro continuation pattern, right? Just a consolidation pattern. But it was directly on top of this old resistance, and now you can see we're kind of doing the same, right? Now we got on top of this resistance, and now we're consolidating above it. That's very good in my opinion. Yes, it's just a 15-minute chart, so I'm not giving that too much credit. Not enough credit to just hop into a new trade or anything like that. I don't want to add any risk to my current trade. But I love to see that. It's just kind of staircasing up, and it's absolutely showing potential that Ethereum and Bitcoin may not be done this run yet. Obviously, I've been taking some profits along the way, and something I want to talk about is my entry here. You guys remember from my last video, I entered down here on this Ethereum trade. Absolutely beautiful, around 1,300 US dollars. And really, I was looking at a bit of a reversal, and I had my reasons for thinking that, but then I just basically pulled up a Fibonacci on this little swing right here, and I said I was laddering in positions from my 618 down to my 786. Yeah, I only got my one entry, not both, but that was a perfect bottom. Absolutely beautiful. And from there, you can see I'm watching this green trend line, and that's kind of where that comes from. But it's absolutely beautiful in my opinion. And my position entry, my average entry is not from here anymore. This is just where I entered the trade. I've been long since here, but I've been taking profits and adding back into my position along the way and stuff like that. So yes, my percentage is down, but my position size is significantly bigger than what I started with. So I'm very excited to see this potentially keep breaking out. I'm in the biggest, both Bitcoin and Ethereum right now are the biggest positions that I've ever been in personally. So pretty exciting. And that just goes to show, guys, I was very confident in this trade. And just being ready for what the markets are going to do, right? Like I've been very bullish for a while, and I've been showing why I'm bullish, and it's just great to have that level head approach where I am ready. As soon as I see those bullish signs, it's time to get the hell back in there with some leverage and try and accumulate some more crypto, and that's absolutely what's happening today. Just beautiful to see this. You can see here that we might even be ready to take off again, and I just couldn't be more pumped about that. So we'll see how that goes. A lot of people are thinking that we're overbought right now, and you guys know my opinion on that. A lot of people get wrecked on the RSI in these parabolic trends, or the absolute dropping a bowling ball type of moves when the elevator goes down. oversold doesn't necessarily mean that it's oversold in those conditions. Just like right now, overbought doesn't necessarily mean overbought. It means there is a shitload of strength. It's a relative strength index, right? So I mean, yeah, there's going to be pullbacks when it gets overbought, technically, or whatever. But I mean, if you're just trying to call the top on the RSI, I mean, this was the top, this was the top, this was the top. Oh, this was definitely the top, and this was absolutely for sure the top. All right, guys. So you get my point. It's just showing that there's a ton of buying pressure in there. Um, and obviously this could just be a fake out. We could absolutely dump back into my purple channel, which I would not like to see. And this is the purple channel I'm talking about, guys. I've been pointing it out for weeks now. I would not like to see us get back down into that channel, because then there's a very realistic chance that we take a much larger dump back down. That's where I'd probably start looking for Fibonacci lines or something like that as some sort of a retrace. So probably from down here to wherever we're topped right now. Specifically, I would, if we drop back into the purple, I would like to watch the 382 and the 618. And if we hit those levels, guys, mark my words, shit's gonna get real bearish in the titles on the YouTube space and Twitter and stuff like that. People just have no patience and waiting to see how structure forms. Very quick to panic on a couple of red candles. So just something to keep in mind, guys, in case you do use the RSI. That's just my own opinion on it anyways. Guys, I think that's all I have to say today. Hopefully you did appreciate this content. If you did, give me a thumbs up, give me that subscribe, share this video if you think anybody can learn some valuable information here. Hopefully you guys crushed some trades based on this analysis. If you did, please let me know down below. I would absolutely love to hear that testimony. That would be fantastic, because these trades are looking great to me, and I'm hoping that I'm not the only one. So let me know down below, guys. Anyways, may the crypto gods shine down on all of you. Good luck in the trading world. With that, I'm out. Stay safe. Peace.